Yo, what's up, Hollow Cult? It's 2025. We made it. We made it.
Barely, but we're here.
Barely. Isn't this like when Black Ops 2 took place? 2025?
I have no idea.
We made it. Hope everybody is having a wonderful first day of the new year. We made it through 2024. Didn't think we would, but we're here.
We are.
Welcome aboard. So, how is everyone? For those of you that are in here right now, the 28 of you that are hanging out, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share the live, do all the things, all the YouTube stuff to keep pushing this through the algorithm. The YouTube has been growing quite a bit, actually, which is cool. Past the 4K mark.
Oh, nice. I didn't really realize that.
Yeah, we're almost at 4,100. We only have to do that 25 more times to get a plaque, which ain't that far.
No.
Kind of is.
I'll take it.
Kind of is.
It'd be pretty gangster to get one.
Yeah, that would be sick. Ooh, happy birthday, Peyton.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. New hats are dope. Oh, yeah. We got new hats, everyone. New lids. New lids.
They made it.
Mine goes on backwards.
They made it.
They will be up in the store shortly, before too long. So you can get those while supplies last. It's a good time. It's a good time. How's everyone's new year? I worked, which was not fun, but it is what it is. So there's that.
Bills are due.
Yeah. I was actually in the coal tunnel at midnight. So happy new year to me.
It is where you want to be.
Yeah, technically. Just another day. Feel that. Oh, are we going to talk about the fog today?
I was going to bring it up.
It's literally everywhere on every timeline that I have ever had possible.
Yeah. Yep.
The fog. I love it. This timeline is going to be so sick. It's so sick. Like, I don't even know. Let's get it. Let's get into the fog.
I'm here for it. I've been seeing it everywhere. I was going to bring it up regardless.
Anything but the fog.
Well, too bad.
Hold
too
on.
bad. So sad.
Take it away, Kyle. Take it away. Take away the fog.
Hey, I don't know a whole lot. All I know is that it's blowing up everywhere. Because me and the wife were talking about it today or yesterday. Might have been yesterday. And she was like, what do you think it is? And I'm like, I have no clue, because I know a lot of the coastal cities are reporting it. There are some places overseas that are reporting it, and the reports are coming in waves. Some people are saying that the fog has this particular smell to it. Smells like chemicals or bug spray. You have people that are attributing it to like going through this dense fog that lasts all day long, and you can see particulates in it, but you kind of can in regular fog anyways. Then they're saying that it's causing upper respiratory issues. I saw a video of a lady who checked her filters to her house. They were coal black, and she said she replaces them every month. I saw another video of a woman who went out to where her pool was, and there was some type of white film over top of the pool. She said she didn't change any chemicals. She didn't change any makeup and anything that she does with her pool. She's never had this happen before. But then the questions arise for me. I don't live in all these areas. I don't know what your normal fog is, right? Also, I'm going to go ahead and point out is that it is also that time of year to have upper respiratory issues. So there's that.
Yeah. So, first off, I am not there to experience said weird fog. What better way to get your mind off UFO drone invasion than to send in the weird fog, right?
Bro, did you... What was I going to say? I completely brain farted. Anyways, I saw this lady, you bring that up, the drones and UFOs and stuff. Craziest shit, right? This lady, she's a meteorologist. She's kind of poking fun at all the conspiracy theorists about this fog. And she's like, she's basically saying fog like this happens all the time, yada, yada, yada. But what was crazy is she did admit to one thing that kind of perked my ears, because they were pointing it out like, hey, just like you just did, well, better time to implement this whenever the drones and stuff are going. But she said drones and orbs. So you had someone on the news who correlated the two instead of just saying drones. And I'm like, oh, I got you there. I heard it. You can't dodge that.
But that being said, I'm curious as to the one that, I don't know. It all seems relatively coincidental to me. Like, you have the weird fog over the UK, which I've never been to the UK, but London especially has always been described as dreary and foggy, right?
Yeah.
People are like, this fog's been here for a week. This fog's been here for a month. Well, isn't it always fucking foggy in London? Like, I don't know. Not that weird. But this other particulate fog, or whatever, some of it's not even fog, it's just particulates in the air. Anybody that has worked in any sort of industrial job, blue collar, like plant, has seen this before. So I'm curious as to how close these particular videos coming out are to big industrial areas. We get it all the time. I could take a video when, like, specifically the Granite City area, like, you can drive into Granite City and you can see that it is encased in fog of pollution. And I could take a video and show like silica particulates in the air, which will probably get me fired if I do it, but it's almost exactly the same thing. 100% has, I would bet paychecks that it has to do with pollution.
Could be.
And maybe the weather, whatever, if there's some sort of like low dense, I don't know. I'm not a weatherologist. Low density bullshit that's keeping the pollution close to the earth. I don't know. The
Well,
fact that it makes people sick breathing it in, yeah, can attest. Breathing that shit in sucks. It will make you sick.
hey, for all the conspiracy theorists out there who aren't trying to hear logic right now, because I know some of you aren't, like myself, I did also see that during the Black Plague, they reported high, unusual amounts of fog.
Oh, if
And
it's
now
the Black Plague, do I still have to go to work?
that was actually due to, they ended up linking that later on to the volcano. I don't remember where it was, if it was in Sweden or wherever. It all stemmed from that. And that volcano's erupted like 3 times this year. Also, going to remind you about one of the episodes we did. I think I did it. Operation, it wasn't called this, but it was included in, was it Operation Sea Spray or something like that?
Yep.
And
which I wouldn't put that past either.
No. And to be fair, there were reports of those drones spraying shit in the sky.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only imagine how much it would take to do that, to create these long lasting, and like they're reporting like all day, several day fogs, which is crazy.
There's been videos from London where people are like, it's been weeks and this fog hasn't lifted.
Yeah. So that's kind of crazy.
It's also, it could also be like, I feel like it's definitely in conglomeration with all of the drone or UFO reports. Could there be extra activity going on over these areas where they're using the fog as a literal smoke screen so people can't see what's going on in the skies? Maybe.
That, and to be fair, like what Birdie was saying, it does make me wonder too, because it does seem like there's going to be an unusual cold push coming out of the north too. So that,
not excited.
No. But that could also probably play a hand in what's going on.
It is.
It's weird with everything that's going on. So, like I said, I don't know anything about the areas that people are reporting it in, but it is a lot of coastal areas. It makes me, it really does make me wonder if something nefarious is going on, or is this an actual case of legitimate mass hysteria?
I don't know.
Because once the internet runs, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I mean as far as mass hysteria, not some overwhelming scenario, but this idea that someone could post something and go viral, and then people refuse to think about what they're actually getting ready to post, and then they're like, oh my God, I've been experiencing it too, even though I always at this time of year experience it.
Get sick. Yeah,
it's more significant right now.
And
whether that's the case or not, I do not know, so don't crucify me for that. I was just kind of pointing things out.
My thinking is, like, we know, like, they've come out and said they've been doing this shit forever, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. You got chemtrail stuff, which I'm probably gonna get flagged for saying that word on here. You've got the cloud seeding stuff, which I'm probably gonna get flagged for saying that on here. And like the government tests, like sea spray and shit. They've been doing that shit forever, without our knowledge whatsoever. Like, why would they change it up now and make it totally visible, totally noticeable, totally evidentially collectible now? Unless there's something else that they're trying to distract us from, right? That's my thinking. Like if it is something that they're intentionally doing, they could do it completely like without our awareness, unless they want us to be aware of it.
Well, dude, and then also it is weird timing because you had California declare state of emergency for the bird stuff,
Yeah.
the bird sickness. And then I was talking to my mom, I think. She was saying something about how hospitals are kind of, I don't know if it's in the area or where it was, I forget, and that's my bad. But they were talking about how they're starting to tighten up the protocols again, just like they did right before the C-19, saying only so many people in there at a time. You're back to wearing face shields and all that jazz again. So
Yeah, that's what
I don't know.
Birdie
Like
said.
there's so much going on. And then you have, I did see somebody posted in here, but I did see that a lot of the monuments got hit with lightning,
Oh, I saw that too.
which
That's
is wild. And then you had uh, a few, I don't know if I could say this word or not, attacks
oh yeah,
lurking around.
yeah.
I saw one like a Tesla Cybertruck, and then there was the one that just happened over in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
Dude, there's like so much within the week has just kind of skyrocketed that I think it's causing confusion at all.
Yeah, it is a crazy start to 2025. Like our thoughts go out to the victims of the
Yes.
attack in New Orleans, which is devastating. People can't even get together to celebrate something without some shit bum just absolutely being a shit bum.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. Also saw the Tesla truck thing that they think is an attack as well at the Trump Tower, which is also just stop.
And then wasn't there another one too where a building collapsed? I just saw something about it and I kind of glazed over it. I think there was another one, but I agree, Colleen. I think 90% of what's going on is to cause confusion and to keep everybody just kind of on the edge of their seat, being paranoid, because then you can't think, you can't operate,
Yeah, and you don't know like the actual crux of the whole conversation we just had. You don't know what's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not coming forth with any information. People still don't know what the hell the drones are. It's been a month, been 2 months, and the government's still like, we're not sure. Could be ours, could not be ours, could be the military, could be BlackRock, could be just, 12-year-olds bought them at Walmart. We don't know. Which is like, get out of here.
JJ's got it. Building collapse in NOLA a few days ago out of nowhere. There are reports of other people who were planting bees around NOLA before the man drove in.
I saw the CCTV footage of people planting them.
How crazy is that?
Like, isn't that where the Super Bowl is supposed to be? Is this like a trial run? Because
I hope not.
That would be absolutely devastating. Which, if this was a trial run, they managed to do pretty good, getting around barricades, getting to where the people were. Like, what?
See, this is what I love when the chat is full of like new information. Everybody's just posting something new. Just bam, 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 bam.
Hollow Cult at its finest.
Yes. Like so many things that I haven't even really seen. And you're just like, man, there's so much going on.
And it's only the first.
It's for a reason too. There's got to be something going on for all this confusion to be taking place. Because I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, since the beginning of C-19, the world has just been chaos.
Yeah.
Chaos. I don't know that I ever remember a time when there was just so much going on as far as weird.
Yeah. And like, it's just, you got to be onto something, because they just bombard us with one thing after the next.
Yeah.
It's boom, 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 boom. Like, you can't even focus. Like, people have completely forgot about the drones since the fog came in. Like, that is 100% by design. People are getting too close, too focused in, too dialed in on the drones. Bring in the fog.
It's exactly what I said.
People are
exactly what I said.
People are hyperfixating on the fog. Time for the attacks. Send that in. Like,
Yep.
it's just the media cycle. It's the tragedy du jour. Like, people eat that shit up. It's just crazy to me.
I was talking to Shauna about it the other day, and I'm like, we were talking about the fog, and I said the same thing. I go, and what story has completely disappeared?
The drones.
The drones.
The drones.
It's gone.
Also,
it's
for
gone.
those wondering,
Nobody's talking about it anymore.
For those wondering, the fog. For those who want the real answers to what the fog is. The Fog is a 1980 American independent supernatural horror film directed by John Carpenter, who also co-wrote the screenplay and created the music for the film. It stars Adrienne Barbeau, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Atkins, Janet Leigh, and Hal Holbrook. It tells a story of a strange glowing fog that sleeps over a small coastal town in Northern California.
It's
Solved it.
And you know, you bring that up, and then there was the other one, The Mist, which is essentially kind of like the same premise, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, I had, and I realized it's just a dream. I had the most bizarre dream last night. And it was literally, it wasn't about the fog, but it was about essentially a massive, a massive entity that was like a purplish and black color. And it, as it was coming into our atmosphere, it was creating like thunderstorms, lightning storms. And you just see this mass. Like, I just imagine the big, like a hand big enough to cover our whole planet, like this purplish black entity.
I love it.
Just completely converged over the planet. And I can remember I was so fucking scared in my dream. I'm like, there is no escaping this thing. It's game over. And I don't dream very often.
It's weird that the first thing I thought of, it's not weird. The first thing I thought of was Galactus. For Marvel nerds out there talking about the purple and destroying the planet. But
you just hit it.
Oh, yeah. Galactus. There you go. It's weird that you have that dream, because if you remember, in the latter part of 2019, right before the big bad came in and shut everything down, I had a similar dream. Do you remember that?
No, refresh my mind.
Where
I bet I will when you will.
I was dreaming that some sort of massive entity was just like destroying the planet. Like, you couldn't see what it was, but you could see the damage it was doing to the earth. Like, it would swath its hand and it would just destroy everything that was going through. And then it wasn't long after that, everything shut down. So we're gonna see if there's a correlation here.
That would be crazy, because mine, I realized the colors are like Galactics, but this was like some type of like, because I just remember seeing like a fleshy substance, almost like it would be octopus tentacles.
Oh, because
completely, like it was all like moving. It was, the whole surface was just moving. It was disturbing. I remember waking up just going, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, that's how my dream was. I remember like seeing it on the news in all of these cities. Like, it wasn't even, the destruction was weird. It was like it was just stripping the earth down to bedrock. Like, it wasn't like buildings being destroyed and shit. Like, there was nothing left. Like, just like it was just picking up handfuls of it and just tossing it back out into the universe. And then I remember like seeing helicopters, like trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And then as I'm driving into town, like you just see this thing just like you can't see what it is, but you just see the earth just being pulled up and tore apart. And it was, I don't know.
It is crazy to have like a dream of just straight up doom, because like I've got cool stuff at my house that I can protect myself with. And I can remember in my dream, like specifically just being like, there's nothing I can do.
No, you just have to.
All I can do is sit here in my house and hold my family and wait for the inevitable. That's all I can do. And it's such a terrible feeling.
How crazy is it that that's an actual possibility?
That's not cool.
That there is things beyond our comprehension. Not, I mean, not even from space, realistically.
Yeah.
From alternate universes, from alternate timelines that could exist, that are just a filament away from destroying the planet and
Yeah.
humanity as we know it. Crazy.
It's I don't even know, man. I've never felt like so excited and so anxiety ridden at the same time.
It sucks.
Because like you've been referencing it a lot here lately about the 8-year-old version of you is like, hell yeah, and the 40-year-old version of you is like, no, not at all.
I never thought I'd get to the point where I'm not going to say I understand the paranormal, but I was inundated with enough theories to where it's not as cool as I thought it was when I was young. Like, it's still cool and I'm still really interested, but the benevolent and nefariousness that stands behind whatever's behind the phenomena sucks the coolness right out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's still like, I don't know. I can't explain it. And I don't even like to admit it because I feel like it's not normal to feel that way, but I genuinely get excited over things like conspiracies and like the idea of an actual alien invasion. It low key excites me.
It's confirmation.
I know, but it's such the damning possibilities are so plentiful that in no way, shape, or form should I actually be excited about it. The opportunity to go toe to toe with these things.
I think
But
in our
it
brains,
kind of does make me excited.
I think in our brains, we have chased this for so long. Chase the phenomena, just starving for validation, starving for actual evidence that if they showed up hostile, we would be like, told you fucking so.
Yeah.
Told you. You heard it from us. Told you. Even if it was total world annihilation, there would still be that little part in our brains where we'd be like, knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And everybody chose not to do nothing about it. Now it's here. Not that we probably could do anything about it, but
Probably not.
now it's here. Now we got to deal with it. Brother John would rather have aliens and zombie apocalypse. No. Not me.
I don't know.
Zombies are just people, and like I feel like we can deal with people.
If it's the slow, dumb ones, then I think we'll be all right.
Are we talking like 28 days later zombies, like viral zombies? Are we talking about the dead literally rising out of the earth?
If we're talking about the 28, I'm going with aliens.
I'm never going with the aliens.
Oh, I'll go with aliens over the 28.
Because aliens are smarter than us. They're way more manipulative than us. And they probably could just end the planet without ever even coming here.
Yeah, well, they can still get the smoke too.
They got to deal with Kyle first.
Hey, I'm going to do my best, humanity. I will do my best.
Until it's my zombie family coming for me.
That is the plus side. Think about it like this too, Steve. It is the plus side about the aliens. They have the ability to make it extremely quick.
Yeah, but they probably have the wherewithal to make it
Zombies
nice.
don't. It's going to be slow and painful.
Not smarter. We are more violent, but they want us. How do you know we're more violent?
Because they're little stupid gray things.
They could have wiped out every other intelligent race in the universe.
Yeah. Have they seen my reel of Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Probably not. Honestly.
They need to.
They would change their mind.
They would change their minds.
What if the aliens telepathically possess your family members and send them after you?
That sucks.
Yeah, what you gonna do then? Bet you wish it was zombies then. And little Timmy's running after you with a fucking steak knife.
That does suck. That does.
Yeah. How do we get to this point? Welcome to 2025, everybody.
It's here.
I just feel like the world as a whole is well more ready for zombies than they are an alien invasion.
Either way, it's not good for humanity.
No, I feel like we have a better chance of existing post zombie apocalypse than post alien apocalypse. So that's my personal opinion. Everybody knows how I feel about aliens. They are not welcome. I do not come in peace. So you might as well just pass my house the fuck on up if you're trying to make contact. Just saying.
Yeah, aliens they're pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But it's
capping and clapping. That's what
it's definitely shaping up to be a good year.
It's gonna be weird.
It's
gonna be weird.
Good. It's gonna be good.
The terrible thing is at this point you don't even know what to believe anymore.
No, you just believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You just and intelligently so. I should keep say, but you just gotta. It's almost like way back in the day where you just kind of go with your gut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're at a point again. It's almost like in a weird way humanity reset itself. Because back in the day, prior communication and internet and all that stuff, you kind of just went by word of mouth and how you felt about things. I feel like we're back. We have circled back.
Went full circle.
Yeah, because now everything on the internet is it has so much potential to convince you that it's real that you almost just have to give up on it.
Yeah. And like I saw a theory on X of all places, so take that with a grain of salt. That the NHI, the non-human intelligences, are making themselves known at this very particular time in our history because us of humans have technologically advanced so far that we are on the precipice of bringing forth an enemy that the non-human intelligences have had to deal with in the past, right? Which that enemy in the theory is AI. We're so close to letting AI just kind of do its own thing that maybe whatever these things are, like, hey, you need to quit it, stop doing that stuff because we've seen it happen before and it didn't turn out good, especially for you all. And it was a pain in the ass for us to try to put a cap back on it, which I thought was interesting. I'm not saying I necessarily buy into it, but it is an interesting theory that the further in advancement we get, technologically speaking, especially in the world of artificial intelligence, the more this other non-worldly stuff seems to, like, I guess, keep pushing forth even more than it ever has.
Well, it does bring me to a thought that I had the other day. I'm glad you kind of brought that up because Just reminded me. I think it'd be interesting. So I was thinking about the way we both feel about extraterrestrials. How I kind of hope that there is some good ones. You're kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. And then we have the differences in public opinion, we'll say, where some people are like, hey, they're here to help us. Some people are like, hey, they're here not to help us. So let's run down logically about how high the odds are that they're actually here to help us. Because when you think about it, I actually kind of feel like the odds are extremely low.
I agree.
Yeah, rightfully so. But because if you think about it, most people, and that is our only reference, there isn't a high amount of people that just go out of their way to help other people for no reason at all whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, what draw would they have to come here and help for no reason? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. It's not, I 100% think that if they are helping us, it is for their own purpose. It is not just to keep us moving on, protect us from ourselves, blah, 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 blah. They are fully protecting an investment, whether it be
and
souls,
that's
whether it
best case
be,
scenario.
yeah, yeah.
That's best case scenario.
But
The only thing that could counter that, in my opinion, is if everything we've thought about aliens is wrong, they don't come from outer space, they don't come from different dimensions, they come from this planet. Then
okay.
then I could see them wanting to help us to kick us in the ass and say, hey, stop destroying the planet. Stop bringing up the possibility to blow up our home.
Yeah. I can see that.
Dumbass.
I can see that.
But still,
If,
that's not them being just ultra benevolent and being like, hey, let's help.
no, that's them saying, hey, if you guys
We
fuck
live
this up
here
now,
too.
yeah. It kind of falls in line with the whole Tom DeLonge scenario. I watched a little, like, you gotta take this for what it is. He was on Steve-O's podcast. I don't know when it was. I just saw a little snippet, and Steve-O asked him, like, what are aliens? And he's like, they're not what. First off, he's like, it's hard for me to explain, but they're not what you think they are. They don't come from space. And then the other guy's like, they're interdimensional? He's like, yes, kind of. But he said,
How are you kind of interdimensional?
well, he explained it. He talked about time not being
Much love, brother
linear.
John.
Oh, hell yeah, brother John. Appreciate you. Time isn't linear in the way we think, like it starts here and it ends here. Time runs parallel, like to itself, where you have all these timelines and stuff in the past is happening at the same time stuff in the current's happening at the same time stuff in the future's happening. So he said, essentially, you could have us in a time 10 million years in the future that is existing also now with us, but on a different frequency, he called it, which kind of plays into the episode that you did the other day,
Yeah.
right? That's on a different frequency. Say they build like a submarine, for lack of a, like, this was the example they used. Built a submarine that exists on this frequency in this timeline. They tweak that frequency just a little bit, and all of a sudden this submarine shows up in the exact same spot where it was in their timeline, but it's in our timeline. It just manifests there. They tweak the frequency again, and then it disappears again, which is interesting to think about whenever you have stuff like the drones showing up, stuff like the weird cryptids and stuff phasing in and out, and stuff like portals and shit. Like, it all kind of falls into that nice little broad stroke he painted there.
Yeah. That is a topic that I think my brain has to be ready for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that gets dense really fast. And I have to have like a lot of time to just kind of lay it all out so my brain understands it.
it's hard. Okay, I fully get and can get behind the fact that the powers that be could very well be using DeLong as just a mouthpiece to put
That's what I
out
think it is.
whatever they want him to put out. But it's hard to discredit the things he says. Period, the end. It's also hard to discredit it because he is in contact with so many people that are privy to so much knowledge. So it's this weird dichotomy of, is it just him? Is it him telling the truth as to what's behind the phenomena, or is it him telling what he's been told is the truth that's behind
It's that one. It's that one.
It's
It's fucking all day, every day. I'll never change my mind.
It's sus. He needs to come on the show. Anybody know Tom DeLonge personally? Let's tell him we want to talk UFOs.
Well, he didn't do the best job on Rogie, so
I didn't watch it.
it wasn't the greatest. Yeah. But I definitely think that he's regurgitating what he's been told is the truth.
And I fully believe that he believes that it's the truth. He is 10 toes down. I don't think he's purposely being nefarious or misleading if he's being misleading.
No.
Also, I think he has been misled to mislead.
Also, I'll push the red button and fire some shots here. I think anyone who gets contacted by the CIA or the NSA or Homeland or whomever, whatever these people are, and is like, hey, we want you to kind of be our spokesperson. We want to communicate with you, so on and so forth. I think any of them get so fucking excited and so carried away that they then move from a conspiratorial mindset to, oh my God, I am now an insider and they're going to tell me everything, even though I have fuck all for top secret clearance and everything else. And that's just where I'm at with that. I think because we live in a community where we don't trust anything the government says. But if the government were to come knocking on your door and say, hey, Kyle, I want you to be our new spokesperson, 99% of people are going to go, oh my God.
They just hand you a manila envelope.
Yes.
Here you go, Kyle.
And then if you want to even be crazier about it, start setting up like halfway clandestine meetings here and there. Like, hey, Steve, I need you to go here. And then you get a phone call when you get there. Actually, you're going to meet me down the street just to make sure nobody's following you and so on and so forth. You're going to feel so cool. You're going to eat everything they hand you, hook, line, and sinker, all day, every day.
I'm fully on board with Kyle Smoke. Just at the fact that I feel like I know where the shots are being fired.
100%.
Yeah, I'm there. If you have all the major players in susness behind you, the Vatican, NASA, alphabet agencies, and they're all like, this guy knows what's going on. Listen to him. I wonder if he'll put out a book.
Yep.
Get out of here,
dude. I think
to the back of the line.
I don't 100% fault you or anybody else, because I just really do think that, for almost like what you were saying earlier, it's for them, it's confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it justifies everything they've believed, everything they've thought they've crucified themselves for is justification, vindication, all of it. Everything wrapped in a nice little bow. And then those people know at that moment, here's our puppet. Yeah. Here's our way of doing whatever we want to do.
And it's funny to watch how those particular individuals, especially when they decide to go on media tours and start creating content, see how fast their stuff gets pushed through the ranks. How fast it becomes able to get out there to everyone. You know? Like, look at how fast look at how fast that book went off. You know, there's other guys in the paranormal field that's writing books. It's not getting pushed to the fucking heavens.
No, most of them are getting stonewalled.
It's weird.
90% of the time, in my opinion, the dudes that are getting stonewalled are the ones you're actually going to want to pay attention to.
Yep. And
Because
I think
I don't believe that any one of us, Tony, anybody, I don't believe anybody has all the answers for any subject. I think a lot of us hit in the right direction once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I think once in a while we get something right, and we might fall on a string of things that are right, and then that's when they're like, all right, these guys are getting a little close. Just like Ed chiming off from my group 5-8 episode about Linda. And he said something in Discord about how Agent Orange does not do that. She's blowing smoke in that situation. It kind of it kind of leads to the conclusion that, dude, maybe she got to. Because I do think there comes a time in some of these people's careers, like Tony could virtually be one of them, where they get to a point where it's almost like, man, if we interject in this person's life in a nefarious way, in a malicious way, we might actually be doing more harm than good at that point. You know what I mean? Because they've established themselves so much. I don't want to say that they're untouchable, but they have this. All right, now you exist in this environment. Now we have to watch you more closely, and if you decide to start going off the reservation, we're going to come to you directly.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to get to that point.
It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think we would end up at the bottom of a lake somewhere.
Yeah, we don't necessarily play too kindly.
Nor do we take authoritative figures very well.
Yeah. Oh, I agree, Twiz. Everyone, nobody is untouchable. But I think there's different echelons that are less privy to the smoke than other people are.
It's I don't know, man. It's all, and this is all so much fun for me to do. Like to sit and contemplate possibilities and inevitabilities, and
it's the show's had a little smoke behind it today. Fog pun intended.
I like it.
Yeah, we're riled up in 2025.
Yeah, let's get it.
2025, the safety's off.
That's a good
Safety's
mantra for 2025. Safety's off.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It sucks that we'll never ever get straight answers. Is the worst part.
No. And that's the paranormal community, man.
Yeah, and like you hit the nail on the head, which it's kind of cool but kind of sucks at the same time. You just have to choose what you want to believe in. The fact that the fact that you can't, especially now where evidence is so faked and faulty and just easily created, like you're never going to get the proof that you want. Like you could post there, like we've said before, a drone, an alien driven drone could land in my front yard and I could videotape it from 67 different angles, sit there, interview the driver, live stream on every social media platform, have him take a DNA swab, have him give his entire life story, his entire family lineage. And as soon as I post that, people be like, that's fake. That's not real.
See, and to kind of tee off on that, we've always dealt with the environment of I tell you what happened to me or what I saw, and the majority of people around you are like, yeah, right, I don't believe you. You're nuts, you're off your rocker. And it kind of goes back to what you're saying and to what I was saying, how we've come full circle now, and you have to kind of believe what you need to believe. Because if, in my opinion, and this is Kyle's opinion, no one else's, if the past 4 years, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, has taught us anything, that when the powers that be come out and say, hey, this is the truth, and then several years later, it gets completely the opposite of what they were saying is the truth, it kind of reiterates the going full circle. Like, hey, you need to do what you feel is right in your gut. You need to believe what you need to believe. And I personally like the idea that we have come full circle again, where we don't have to believe even the things that you Google for answers. We don't have to believe that anymore.
No, you can't.
I know, and I'm kind of with that. I appreciate the idea that we go back to a time whenever, man, I need a new roof put on. I'm gonna go talk to my buddy who is a roofer.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell me how to do this, right? 'Cause we don't have access to doctors and scientists and all that shit, you know. So you got to kind of do what you the best that you can, so to speak.
Yeah. It really has gone full circle. You do
I love it.
end up
I love it.
asking word of mouth because you go to look online for reviews and shit, and you know you got somebody that loved this doctor, 27 stars, and you got somebody who they pissed off, and it's negative 30 stars. So you're like,
And
oh,
on
well,
top of
let's
that,
look into that.
how many of them are paid reviewers? Because that's a thing now,
Yeah, I need to be paid to review
where
shit.
you pay people to review you, and most of them just give you a
Oh,
5 star and a praise because they're getting paid.
I'm not trying to pay people to do it, but I'll get paid to do it.
Or I'm sure that they have AI that does it too.
Yeah, that's the thing now. You Google search, or you probably use any search engine. 90% of the shit you're going to get back is AI.
I don't doubt that.
Which is why the non-human intelligences are here to try to put a stop to it before it takes over. And then we get Ultron, which I'm here for
That
at this
was the other idea that I was thinking about, why an ET race would want to come help us, because they know the long-term plausibility of AI escaping itself.
Oh, yeah.
Because that, like, remember that we were hearing about, I don't know if you covered it or I covered or where we heard it, but there was the idea that there was some type of scourge out there in the universe that is
Yep.
completely AI, that was just
Released.
obliterating.
Yes. Released essentially like the only it was essentially it's like an Ultron apocalypse type of deal. There was a planet that developed AI that got so beyond its capabilities that it wiped out the original creators, took it upon itself to build essentially little nanobots that they sent out into the universe, where these nanobots were smart enough to use um, biologics and minerals from the planets that they found to create more bots to send out into the universe. Just non-discriminate annihilation. If it got to your planet and it needed whatever it is on your planet to create more of their bots, their only goal, create more bots and send them out. That's like that's unstoppable.
Oh, absolutely. There's nothing you could do, especially if it already conquered a couple galaxies and just had unlimited resources. There's nothing you could do.
No.
So I see that as another possibility. But once again, that isn't pure benevolence wrapped in a box. That is, sure, we're coming to help, but we're coming to help for ourselves,
Yeah.
not for you.
And on the scary flip side of that is that the original AI creator isn't even necessarily nefarious.
No,
It's
absolutely not.
indifferent.
Yeah.
Which almost sucks even worse.
Oh, it's way
But it
worse.
just doesn't care. It doesn't give a shit. Like, it could pass your planet up and be like, okay. Or it could be the first one that gets devoured, and they'd be like, okay.
Yep.
Just we've got a goal, and that's just to create, destroy, create, destroy, create, destroy. Sucks.
It's wild, man.
It is wild.
I love it. I love every minute of it too.
Brother John, I can't even say that out loud because if this isn't already flagged, it definitely will be. That's a different side of conspiracies, John. Man.
Although, kind of going back to the original starting topic of the fog, I did see a bunch of patents and stuff for smart dust and shit like that. Remember a long time ago when we first started this venture and we had somebody warn us about smart dust?
Yeah. Was that?
Yeah. The one we can't talk about.
Weird. Did he just send us an email not too long ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. When I say that I wish we got to a point to where the government like handed us manila envelopes, we kind of got something cooler than that. And that's this unknown this henchman. It's like our man, what was the crew called? I got him.
Lone gunman?
Yeah, that's what he is in our emails as the lone gunman.
It's true.
And he sends us weird shit sporadically. And years ago he was talking about the nano dust.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool.
It's weird.
We need more answers, lone gunman. I'm sure you're probably listening. He was MIA for like a year, and then he
a long minute. Yeah, long minute. There were a lot of oddities that happened in that connection, though.
Yeah,
a lot of strange things that made me think that the lone gunman wasn't the lone gunman anymore.
Yeah, it's weird. He was kind of at the forefront of our EGIS investigation too, on the sidelines that nobody knew about.
Yeah, he helped get some information that is not easy to acquire.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Photographs and stuff like that.
He is always watching. Yeah, I forgot about the pictures.
Yeah.
It really makes, like, when it boils down to it, Holocult, me and Kyle are just two dumb blue collar guys, right? We like talking about weird stuff. And I feel like that's been, like, the internet knows that at this point. Like, the Bastard Sons of the Paranormal, there's a reason that we hold that moniker, because we're not experts. I know that's shocking, but we're not.
Speak for yourself, bud.
Well, Kyle is an expertologist on weirdness.
I am.
I am not. So
I am.
Sometimes things happen that are just so far above my head that I don't even notice that it's like out of pocket. Especially like when we've got a helper in the emails that can literally like pull up information that's probably not privy just to anybody and pull CCTV footage and all kinds of crazy shit. And we're just like, yeah, that's cool. That's probably linked. Yeah, that's awesome. Keep it coming. And like we're just oblivious to what's going on. Too dumb to be stupid. Too dumb to quit. Too dumb. Motto. Too bullheaded and stubborn to give up. It was dope.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
Oh, that is dope. Hell yeah.
That's what we're talking about, dude. You need to slap up some QR stickers in where the flyer was found.
In a weird,
let them know we're still out here.
I'm sure one of the 52 listeners here are probably EGIS agent.
Probably.
The second, after we didn't go to the Devil's Cross, we have the attention span of a ladybug tonight because we are just out here. Once we didn't go to the Devil's Crossroads to meet the EGIS agent, who wouldn't prove that they were an EGIS agent, they sent us another set of coordinates, which led us to North Fox Island or somewhere in the middle of one of the Great Lakes. You had to take a plane to get there. Anyway, nefarious place, horrible background. Look it up. Can't mention it on the YouTube because of reasons. A lot of bad shit took place there. Well, whoever EGIS agent is, I hope they're watching, and I hope it just boils their blood whenever I do this. And they were going to fly us to this island for the meeting. Right? Sus. Because if you knew anything about us, you know Kyle's not going to fly.
Facts.
You picked the worst possible spot for us to go because Kyle's also not taking a boat to an island.
Well, I will if I can see the island. Is that fair?
I'll allow it.
From one shore to the other shore, I can see.
Even if it's like just a blip?
I have to think about it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's got to be
serial killer trap, right?
When I'm there. Dude, I 100% think it's a trap.
Yeah.
Especially with the background. Like, what do you think? I'm dumb?
You know what? Yeah.
Not to mention, John's brother has yet to fulfill his promise of military grade night vision goggles, so we don't own the night. That's one thing that we have to do. We have to own the night.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, it'll be worth it. All I said in response was exactly what EGIS told me, to not trust anybody unless they can prove it with a badge. And I said, show me your badge and we're there. Could they? No, they just got sad and sent some stupid emails about being sad. And I'll probably get an email tonight because they're one of the 55 people sitting and listening. Yeah, make it closer, make it cool. Show us your badge. Just do what you told us you would do to believe that you are EGIS, because your EGIS agent Gmail account isn't cutting it. No. You dork. If you want to meet us, just say it. We'll come out and hang out. If you're like a fan of the show, come to a conference. We can hang out there.
There you go, John.
How it works. You ain't got to make us fly to the freaking Diddle Island over there. Meet at a Mexican restaurant. We'll have some chips and dip, some queso. Homemade guacamole goes hard. You ain't got to fly us to the Diddler Island.
No.
We don't want to die there.
Also, Dylan, the thought of 500-foot deep water is terrifying. Just thinking about that it makes my fingers and toes cramp, like curl up and not want to do anything.
Yeah, Birdie, the island is a creepy past. And I saw some other content creator just visited the island and made like a little like YouTube doc on it. And I'm like, that's weird that they wanted us to go there. And now some other content creator is going there, and like, were they also in contact with them? Were they the ones behind the emails? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
There was during the Twitter connection, there was a connection with a big YouTuber like that too.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
Was it the same guy or a different guy?
Different guy.
Okay.
I saw something JJ posted that made me laugh. I just want to hang out, guys, and goes the duct tape.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's easier ways to go about it. Like, you know us. We love a mystery. We love chasing down leads. But you got, like, when it comes to stuff like that, we don't. Okay, when it comes to paranormal stuff, we're not the most defensively acting guys, right? Like, we go unprepared into, paranormally questionable areas without like doing proper things first and whatnot. But when it comes to people saying, we'll fly you to this spot, but you're not going to know who we are, we're not that dumb.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're dumb, but we're not that dumb.
No. Yeah, you're right. There's probably tons of baby oil on that island.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that.
No, how's the plane gonna land
Yeah.
if it's covered in baby
I
oil?
cannot do.
Like Slip and Slide Island. Yeah, look up the history of that island. And you're gonna be like, oh, that's not a good island. Why would somebody want us to meet there? Nefarious.
Yeah.
First, you want us to meet at the Devil's Crossroads, which that in itself just seems like
I would go to that. I actually want to go to that. I think that would be cool.
Because it's probably some edgelord like, hey, we'll get them to sell their soul to us, blah, blah, blah. No, you won't. You won't.
I'm not
Show us the badge.
Once again, not that dumb.
Show us the badge and we will go.
That's all you have to do.
Even if you go, like, if it's a fake badge, I'm going to be disappointed. But if it's a well-made fake badge, I'll probably give you the benefit of the doubt that you took that much time and effort put into the badge to try to convince us to go, that we would probably go. Probably with an entourage of other sus people.
Yeah. And
Kyle's worst nightmare, boat plane.
It's true.
That is true. Brother John, we can't drive.
I'll fight Bigfoot before I do boat plane.
Yeah. Are you talking about driving to the Devil's Crossroads? Are you talking about driving to North Fox Island? I think it's North Fox Island. I don't know. I got the coordinates in the email somewhere.
Die Hard's cool.
Because I want it to be real, but I just know it's not. After the whole time traveler thing, I don't trust anyone.
Yeah, you really can't.
No, it's probably the same dude. Probably the same dude behind it.
Might be.
And if it is, shame on you. Do better. You're going to have to up your game to catch us again.
That's dumb. Elaine says they're
1,200 feet deep?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That's disgusting.
Why?
Yeah, North Fox Island. Who would even make a lake that deep?
Not me.
No.
I'm talking like 6 foot tops.
That's still over my head.
I had to read. I was like, that may not be the best because I don't need a floaty.
Oh, what time we at? Ooh, getting close. I did want to not to change. What about a poorly made fake badge but a good suit and glasses combo? I'm so disappointed in the fact that the Gmail account they created was EGIS agent. Like, that is the biggest lack of creativity on trying to ride the coattails of something that was so cool and mysterious to us. EGIS agent. There's not original. Even. Are you the only EGIS agent? Are you the EGIS agent? Is there no more agents? Like, it couldn't even be like EGIS agent at egis.com. It was at Gmail. It did get my attention, but not the attention that they were wanting, JJ. Because now I just make fun of them on here. So, maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they got a weird kink like that. We don't kink shame here. If you're hungry for my attention, it is what it is. And here comes the email. Bing. Oh, what else we got? Kind of switching gears here toward the end of the show. I did want to point out this. I know Virgil had mentioned it a little bit earlier, but earlier this week, there were a couple Sasquatch hunters that did not make it back out of the woods. And our thoughts and hearts go out to the families of those two that did not make it back. I'll read a little article here for everyone. This is coming from BBC.com. Careful typing that in.
Yeah, that's a risky one there.
2 men found dead while searching for Bigfoot. 2 men were found dead in a remote forest while searching for Sasquatch, also commonly known as Bigfoot, according to authorities in Washington state. 2 men from Portland, Oregon were found dead after a 3-day search was launched on Christmas Day after a family member reported that the pair had not returned from a trip to the, I'm going to butcher saying this and I'm going to hear about it, the Gifford Pinchot National Forest to search for proof of the mythical hairy forest dwelling bipedal primate. The search involved over 60 volunteers looking with aircrafts and dogs in heavily wooded terrain and brutally cold weather conditions. In the Skamania County Sheriff's Office said in a news release, both deaths appear to be due to exposure based on weather conditions and ill preparedness. The sheriff's office found a car belonging to the victims near the town of Willard. The statement said the search refocused to that area. Drones were also used, and a Coast Guard helicopter team was called in to help with the search. Officials have not provided the name of the 2 victims, aged 37 and 59. Weather conditions near the Cascade Mountains have been frigid in the days before and during the search, which included snow, freezing rain, and temperatures falling below freezing. Researchers also had to battle high water levels in rivers and fallen trees. Hundreds of sightings of Sasquatch have been reported in the Pacific Northwest of the United States and Western Canada. Alongside the Loch Ness Monster, the creature is one of the world's most famous cryptids, animals whose existence is disputed or unsubstantiated by science. There have been many alleged sightings of Sasquatch in that some communities have taken measures to protect the hairy creature. In Skamania County in particular, where the pair went missing, a person could get a year in jail or $1,000 fine if one of the folklore creatures is harmed. So let that be a lesson to our squatching members of the Hollow Cult. If you go out, you need to be prepared. Be prepared.
Don't do it
in the winter.
Just don't. It's weird. Like, we're not built for the cold.
No, and that's nothing.
Not.
That's nothing to mess around with, especially if you get out there and you get stuck. Like that's a matter of minutes that you could die. When it is wet and it is cold, humans don't do well.
Nope, not at all. It's terrible. And for me, if the people that intimately know me, I suck in the cold.
The cold is pretty terrible.
It's horrible. If my feet get cold, I'm probably just gonna sit down on you and go, I can't do nothing. I'm done. And then I fall over.
Yeah. Then you just get covered in snow, and then they have to send a Coast Guard helicopter out to find you.
Yep, and then it's done. It's over with for me. I'm not making it. It just is what it is.
Yeah. If you do need to go out and look for Sasquatch in the cold, just be ready. Be ready for it. Because, yeah, me too, Verge. Maybe, I mean, it could have been something as asinine as them just going out like, hey, we're just going to go out for an hour. You know, we're going to go out for an hour, look around this trail, and something happened. Somebody slipped and broke a leg. Somebody slipped down into a creek or something. It's weird that the 2 of them were both stranded out there to the point of not making it back.
A lot of things could have happened, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let it be a terrible lesson to everyone. If you're going out and looking for these things, be prepared. Take that in any way that you want to take it. Just be ready, because shit that you don't think happen will happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But anywho, Hollow Cult, it's about to be that time. For all of you hanging out with us in here at the hour and 15-minute mark, there's 55 of you in here. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share the show, comment in the comments. Try to keep it rocking, keep it pushing. The YouTube's growing, the whole show's growing, so it's cool. It's cool, good start, feel good start to 2025 that we're kind of exiting.
This is our year.
2024 kind of went like this, and then the last month hit, and we're kind of doing this. So
before we go,
I
do want to read something real quick. It's probably one of the cooler YouTube comments I've seen in a while.
Everybody hang around.
Yeah.
Wait right here.
It's from Caramel Tabby. So if you're in here, much love. But it says, I like that over the course of the podcast, you both tug on so many threads and connect so many cases. It's more like investigating the paranormal instead of just talking about some strange things. I've never really looked into aliens or whatever they really are because I didn't think there were actual answers in the research, just more questions. You two answer a lot of questions because of your investigative style, and I appreciate being able to come along for the ride. And I was like, no, that's pretty dope because that's kind of our angle. That's that we've always said that we want to be really inclusive with everybody,
And
and we don't ever claim to have the answers, but we ask questions and we try our best to get to those. And if not, we let the community also help navigate us through the paranormal. So it's cool.
We do. I wouldn't call ourselves journalists by any means, but we
No.
do try to dig in to the point where we can at least put some information in your ear holes. Kind
Yeah.
of let you decide for yourself. And we are appreciative for everyone that's come along for the ride in the last, it'll be 6 years in March, Hollow Cold. That's the losing end of a decade. That's a long time.
It is a long time.
There's some OGs that have been here since the get-go, since
Yeah.
the kickoff.
It's crazy to think about too, that there are people who like from beginning to now are still here just like we are.
It's pretty sick. Oh, Bigfoot Society popped in. The crown prince of the Sasquatch community.
There you go.
Jeremiah. Bigfoot Society. If you guys don't follow him and follow what he's doing, his content, and you love Bigfoot stuff, he is your man. That dude is on the grind all the time. And he is your source for the Bigfoot weirdness. So definitely go and kick it with Jeremiah. Good dude. Solid dude. Yeah, 6 years. We hope to make it out to some conferences this year. I don't know if we'll set up or do any of that stuff, but we're going to try to get out. We didn't go to any last year, I don't think.
No, we didn't.
No, kind of just played it safe. Work was weird. But if the dates line up, we're going to try to make it out and hit some of these, kind of come out, hang out, kick it with everyone. So it'd be cool to get out and hang out again. See some people.
Oh yeah.
Talk some talk.
It would be cool. And we'll try to, if we don't, either way, whether we set up or don't, we'll let everybody know where we're going. That way
we mingle.
We can mingle and meet up and stuff. So that'd be cool.
Damn, Jeremiah's almost got 6 years in too. He's rolling. It's a grind. It's a grind.
Oh,
It's been a good time. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Outside of my family, it's one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done.
Yeah.
Getting to connect with people, getting to provide a platform for everyone to come in and share their weirdness. It's a cool thing that we have all built up here at the old Hollow Front. So on that sentimental note, we're going to hand 2025 off to you, Hollow Cult. Let's push it to the moon. Hope everybody has a safe year. Hope everybody has a reasonably weird year. And until we meet again, stay safe, stay weird. And it's the year of the Hollow Cult. 2025, safety's off.